Quite frankly, it was an upbeat mood. I think that there was some murmuring going on in the crowd a few minutes before Karina showed up, and people pretty much got the idea that the race had been lost to Mayor Weinberger.
Good morning, Megan. We are on Route 7 in Shelburne, and traffic is moving behind me pretty steadily, which is good news if you have to get out the door this morning and you're looking at the snow and you're wondering what the road conditions are like. The roads are covered with snow. The trucks have made their passes on through, but just remember, those VTran trucks, they need about almost 2 hours to make a complete round trip.
Bernie, it is 10:34. If you look behind me up above, teachers are still up there in their mediation session. The school board is on the first floor. Now, not too long ago, the mediator actually walked by the media. I asked her for an update. She said no comment. Bernie, right now, as you can see, Vermont State Police's mobile crime unit is here, still collecting evidence at the scene. They've been here for about 2.5 hours. They're inside the apartment where this deadly attack began.
Photojournalist Jessica Goldbrun visited Milton to see how the community is dealing 4 days later.
Today we've still been picking up trees, cutting trees offline, getting wire up in the air, fixing broken poles, basically trying to get everybody's power on. Right now we're dealing with single customers, a lot of labor, and only getting 1 or 2 customers on at a time because of the damage. We've been starting at 5:30 and get done between 10 and 10:30. We're hoping that tomorrow, at the latest, that everybody will have their power back. This is the most damage in the 20 years I've been here that we've had in the St. Albans district, which is considered Milton, Fairfax, that whole area. As widespread as has been, and as much pole damage and wire damage. This is probably the largest one we've had. The last time I looked at the computer, it said about 514 in this district, 1,500 company-wide. We do have a lot of help right now. We've got some people from Canada. I met a crew from Maryland yesterday. So any help we can get at this point, we're taking it.
Tom Blair's been clay target shooting for nearly 20 years. Back then, he was looking for a sport to do with his daughter.
And she's still doing it to some extent, but in the process, I got hooked on it.
He was president of the North Country Sportsman Club for several years. Their president these days is Bob Oddie. He's a former Vermont state champ in the sport.
Work with all sorts of folks here, from folks who want to try shotgun shooting for the first time, right up to folks who are bird hunters or competitive shooters who want to, kind of come out and tune up a little bit.
That's Elaine. She's one of many members of the Williston Club who makes regular visits to shoot traps.
We frequently get people expressing surprise over the fact that the club is here. And it's like, wow, I've lived here for 20 years. I didn't know this thing was here.
She's also a Darren Aaron fan.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. See, Darren Aaron, she knew. I like that. That's we're shooting a Darren Aaron today. How do you think I'm going to do?
Well,
I hope. I like your faith.
Before we tested my skills out on the course, Tom, who's certified as both a shotgun and sporting clay instructor, taught me about everything from the different types of guns.
This is referred to as a hinge gun or a break-open gun for obvious reasons.
To the ammunition. And of course,
3 basic safety rules.
Gun safety.
Number 1, always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. How tall are you?
5'2". 5'1.5".
From there, we found a gun to fit my frame.
Ready to go break some. Let's do it.
And Bob, Tom, and I made our way out to the course. It likely doesn't come as much of a surprise that I had a hard time hitting any targets on my first few tries.
Shocker, I missed it.
Tom even gave me an excuse for my struggles.
We have an eye dominance issue,
which we'd solve by placing a piece of tape on my safety glasses over the center of my left eye.
Is this a good look?
Absolutely. The purpose is to obscure the view in your left eye just a little bit so that your right one takes over.
The tape did the trick.
I hit it like so good that time. No cheating. I was fully prepared to potentially cheat in this Darren Aaron and edit together like me shooting with you hitting, but I've done it myself.
In fact, from there, I went on a bit of a run.
Hey, you got the hat trick.
Technically 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yes.
Yes. Pull.
Hitting target after target.
All right.
Oh my God, I got both of them.
Good job.
That's 5 in a row I've hit.
Yes, that's right. It is.
Now that I'd gotten the hang of it, Tom mixed things up.
From here, it's a slight left to right motion.
Pull.
I'd shoot from some of the different stations.
Did I wait too long?
Yes. Yes, you did.
At least they know what I'm doing wrong.
Watch the bird.
A few I could handle.
There you go.
Oh, first try.
You trimmed his tail feathers off.
Trimmed his tail feathers off. I like that. Pull.
Some of the others,
Pull.
not so much.
Oh, that was bad. I knew it was going to be bad.
Down to our final 2 bullets, we decided this would be the challenge's defining moment. Hit the pair, it's a success. Miss, and it's not.
Pull.
All right.
Yeah!
Hey, good job.
I got the pair. What a good note to end on.
The symbolic protest against the social climate in our country taking a knee during the national anthem didn't happen tonight at the Ross Sports Center. St. Mike's women's team tipped off at 5:30. Just before that, the national anthem. Per standard protocol, the only time it's played, even when the men's game follows. But when the Purple Knights men's team kneeled on November 4th against UVM, a lot of chatter, both positive and negative, came up and moved people to act.
In solidarity with the members of the team. Yeah, our school's been through a little bit of a hassle with this whole taking a knee thing. After what's happened to the boys' basketball game, I felt it was important to come and support the women's game and come and take a knee in solidarity with them.
It also brought important discussion about our social climate in America today.
There's been a lot of support and learning that's gone on from this, and our guys have met a couple times, but it definitely impacted everyone that was in this building, I would think.
Coach Becker says the actions of the visiting team that night impacted his team as well. So much that his team is unified and open to discussion about issues of race in America. And that may be the whole point of these so-called protests.
I think that it's a conversation that we really need to be having in society today. And then I was also a little bit disappointed about the reaction from some of the fans.
St. Mike's officials haven't said much about the November 4th protest at Patrick Gymnasium, but their actions, both frowned upon and applauded, has started a discussion in the Green Mountain State. It's also inspired unity, and it may just be the beginning as we head into the winter sports season.
They've agreed on what they want to do. It might not be my place to reveal what that's going to be, but one thing I know that they want to be unified in what they do.